Amidst the tumultuous waves of the origin sea, tides rose and fell endlessly. Above the ocean, clusters of wine mist formed, emanating a faint, ethereal aroma. A surge of primal essence shot upwards, piercing through the wine mist. By the time it descended, half of it had disappeared, and the remaining essence deepened in hue. From its initial emerald green, it transformed into a rich, turquoise shade, signifying its advancement to a mid-grade essence. In the origin sea, mid-grade primal essence sank beneath the surface, separate from the lighter low-grade essence that remained afloat. Over time, this separation created two distinct layers, the upper half composed of low-grade essence and the lower half accumulating the heavier mid-grade essence. As time passed, the swirling wine mist in the air above gradually refined the low-grade essence. Under the meticulous work of the wine insect, the low-grade essence diminished while the mid-grade essence steadily increased. One could clearly observe the waterline of the mid-grade essence rising while the low-grade essence receded and evaporated into the mist. Sitting cross-legged, Fang Yuan refined the primal essence within his origin sea while simultaneously absorbing natural essence from the primal stones outside. The constant refinement transformed the 4/10 of his origin sea into pure mid-grade primal essence. Without this much mid-grade essence, I wouldn't have been able to consecutively unseal 5 stones at the gambling den. Fang Yuan muttered as he slowly opened his eyes. Still seated on the upper bunk of his dormitory bed. It was late into the night. After leaving the gambling den, he had avoided wandering into other shops and returned directly to the academy. Though he was merely a rank 1 initial stage GU master, carrying 538 primal stones was an excessive and dangerous amount. Not only were the stones heavy and cumbersome to carry, but their value could also invite greed and fatal threats. If even a rank 1 advanced stage GU master, or worse, a rank 2 GU master, set their sights on me, I wouldn't stand a chance. Worldly possessions are fleeting, Fang Yuan mused, a mocking smile tugging at the corners of his lips as he examined the pale gray primal stone in his hand. People who covet wealth at the cost of their lives are truly pitiful. How many have drowned in the endless pursuit of profit? The primal stone in his hand, about the size of a duck egg, had shrunk noticeably after he had extracted half of its essence. Yet Fang Yuan felt no regret. To gain is to lose, he thought calmly. Born with mediocre talent, Fang Yuan had to rely on the wine insect to refine his essence, consuming primal stones at a rate several times higher than his peers. However, this allowed him to make up for his lack of innate aptitude, keeping his cultivation progress within the top 3 among his peers. Placing the depleted primal stone back into his pouch, Fang Yuan retrieved the last piece of violet gold petrified stone he had purchased from the gambling den. Activating the Moonlight GU, his fingers shimmered with blue light as he began cutting through the petrified stone. Piece by piece, the stone disintegrated into fine powder, revealing nothing of value. Unfazed, Fang Yuan swept the powder aside. In stone gambling, losses outweigh gains, he muttered. Even with 500 years of experience, I can barely achieve a success rate of 2 out of 10. Most of the time, the stones yield either lifeless GU or worthless GU. Fang Yuan's current cultivation level placed him at the bottom rung of the GU master hierarchy. If he had uncovered something valuable, like a rare wine GU, outside the protective confines of the GUU village, it could have easily cost him his life. Stone gambling has never been a path to wealth. It's a gamble that more often leads to ruin. This was never meant to be my main route for advancement. Fang Yuan reflected, his gaze falling on the powdered remains of the violet gold stone. Yet, a smile crept across his face as he stared at the powder. He had achieved his true goal. The wine insect in his possession was far more valuable than any stone he could have unsealed. Fang Yuan's plan was simple yet brilliant. No one could confirm the contents of a petrified stone beforehand. If he claimed the wine insect had emerged from one, no one could dispute it. It was a new and plausible excuse. Moreover, witnesses had seen him unseal a lifeless GU earlier, reinforcing his credibility. If anyone investigated further, he could simply blame his good luck for finding the wine insect. Luck, after all, was an intangible and unprovable concept. In the dimly lit room, Fang Yuan's eyes gleamed with resolve. While concealing the wine insect was risky, revealing it could serve as a calculated move to divert attention when necessary. The wine insect is precious for a rank 1 GU master. But its utility diminishes at rank 2. By the time its existence becomes widely known, it will no longer matter to me. Fang Yuan's 500 years of life experience had granted him unmatched wisdom in navigating the treacherous currents of human nature. The relics of the wine insect wanderer, along with the lifeless GU, are the only gains I can extract from my memories for now. The rest will have to rely on my efforts. Fang Yuan thought as he stretched and lay down on his bed. Despite the substantial wealth stored beside and beneath him, Fang Yuan couldn't shake the subtle sense of danger lingering in his mind. His resources were depleting faster than ever, while the progress of those around him was becoming increasingly evident. If I keep robbing my peers, they will grow stronger through sheer confrontation. Soon, they'll challenge me, and I won't be able to withstand their combined assault. Fang Yuan mused, exhaustion seeping into his body as sleep overtook him. In the shadows of his thoughts, one thing remained clear: the journey ahead was fraught with peril. But Fang Yuan was determined to rise above it all by noon the following day. Taking advantage of the break during lunch, Fang Yuan headed toward the shops outside the mountain village. Due to work commitments during the day, the number of mountain folks lingering around the stalls was sparse. Following his memory, Fang Yuan reached the spot where hardgrass was being sold the previous night, only to find an empty handcart. Pulling the cart was a proud-looking strider rooster. The creature stood tall, as large as an ostrich, resembling a chicken but with a peculiar arch to its back. Its flamboyant plumage shimmered with a brilliant spectrum of colors, and its comb, deep red like polished agate, glistened under the sunlight. It seems I was too late, no hardgrass left. A pity. Buying a few caddies of it would have saved me many primal stones. Fang Yuan muttered as he paused briefly before moving on deeper into the market. A raucous wine shop. Step up, everyone. Come taste the finest wines of the mountain village. Over 100 varieties await. From the rich, smoky wick wine to the long-lasting 9-curve wine, the elegant and refreshing dragon well tea brew, the tangy sweet stone flower mead, to the intoxicating aroma of 100 spring-aged spirits, every flavor under the sun. The enthusiastic cries of a shopkeeper caught Fang Yuan's attention, prompting him to change direction toward the vibrant blue tent of the wine shop. Inside, the shop's interior was peculiar. A long counter sat at the far end, behind which stood a GU master. Above him hung 10 enormous glass beetles, their translucent bodies glittering like crystals. The shop's floor was bare, exposing rugged earth and stone, where clusters of vibrant mushrooms grew. These mushrooms varied in size and shape, some as large as tabletops, others as small as stools. Often, a larger mushroom was surrounded by smaller ones, resembling a whimsical natural furniture set. These are heaven truth mushrooms, specially cultivated by GU masters. They can absorb impurities in the air and purify it, a type of plant GU. Fang Yuan recognized them immediately. Choosing a small mushroom, he sat down, its surface gently depressed, offering a plush, sofa-like feel. A shop attendant approached with a polite bow. "Young master, here is the wine menu. What would you like to order?" Glancing through the menu, Fang Yuan noted that the wines here were even more expensive than his usual bamboo wine. "I'll have a cup of monkey wine," he said, setting down the menu. "A cup of monkey wine," the attendant called out loudly. The GU master behind the counter turned, retrieved a bamboo wine cup, and then faced the line of glass beetles hanging on the wall. Each beetle's transparent body contained different wines, and their exquisite appearance drew admiration. The GU master found the beetle containing monkey wine and placed the bamboo cup beneath its mouth. Gently stroking the beetle's shell, he injected a small amount of primal essence into its body. The beetle opened its mouth, and a stream of wine flowed smoothly into the cup. Moments later, the cup was filled to the brim and handed to the attendant, who carefully brought it to Fang Yuan. Taking a small sip, Fang Yuan found the monkey wine's fruity sweetness delightful, its flavor lingering pleasantly in his mouth. Without drinking further, he activated the wine insect. The plump, White Gu worm transformed into a streak of light and dove into the wine cup. The monkey wine quickly evaporated as the wine insect absorbed it, leaving the cup completely dry within seconds. It's a wine insect, the Gu master behind the counter exclaimed, his eyes gleaming with excitement. For a rank 1 Gu master like him, possessing a wine insect, a rare Gu capable of refining primal essence, was a dream come true. Young master, would you be willing to part with your wine insect? I'd offer a fair price, he asked eagerly. His expression filled with anticipation. Fang Yuan shook his head firmly and stood up to leave. Wait, please reconsider. I'm serious about my offer. Let's sit down and discuss this. The Gu master pleaded, following Fang Yuan to the entrance of the tent. However, Fang Yuan ignored him and walked away. The Gu master could only watch in regret as Fang Yuan disappeared into the crowd, his silhouette fading from sight. The stirring night. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the moon rose, casting its gentle glow across the bustling market. Lanterns illuminated the night as merchants called out their wares. Fang Yuan moved through the lively crowd, snippets of conversation reaching his ears. They say the market will stay open for 3 days and nights. Tonight's already the second night. If we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to buy anything good. I saw a golden bell Gu yesterday, but it was too expensive. I'll try negotiating again tonight. Did you hear? Last night, a young man unsealed a thundering mantis Gu at the gambling den and earned 500 primal stones. Fang Yuan listened intently but heard no mention of the wine insect, leaving him slightly disappointed. Although the wine insect is invaluable to rank 1 Gu masters, it's insignificant to higher ranked ones. Its limited utility keeps it off most people's radar. Still, revealing it must be done carefully. Too much attention would be counterproductive, he thought as he continued walking. Suddenly, a commotion erupted ahead. Come see for yourself. A black-hearted merchant is selling fake Gu to our clansmen, someone shouted. The crowd surged forward, filled with anger and curiosity. Fang Yuan followed, blending into the throng. At the entrance of a red tent, a young Gu master stood holding a black Gu worm, his voice booming. This man sold me this fake Gu yesterday, claiming it was a black iron Gu for 250 primal stones. But when I tried refining it, I discovered it's nothing but a worthless stinking fat worm. The accused merchant, an older man named Gu Jinsheng, sneered. Don't slander me. Where's your proof that I said it was a black iron Gu? The young Gu master's fury boiled over, but he hesitated. Gu Jinsheng was backed by his brother, Gu Fu, a powerful rank 4 Gu master. The situation simmered as the crowd murmured uneasily. Then a deep voice rang out, silencing everyone. What's going on here? Gu Fu himself strode forward, his imposing figure cutting through the crowd like a knife. As Gu Fu approached, Fang Yuan observed the subtle shift in Gu Jinsheng's demeanor, a flicker of fear in his eyes. Fang Yuan's lips curled into a knowing smile. Interesting, he thought, stepping back into the shadows. Greetings, young Gu master. Is there an issue here? Gu Fu's voice cut through the tense atmosphere as he stepped into the circle of onlookers. His expression was calm and warm, but his presence carried the undeniable authority of a rank 4 Gu master. The young Gu master, startled by the attention, hastily bowed and, encouraged by the supportive crowd around him, recounted the entire incident. So that's how it is. Gu Fu nodded thoughtfully after listening. Turning to his younger brother, Gu Jinsheng, he asked, is this true, little brother? Gu Jinsheng's face hardened, and he scoffed without responding. The surrounding crowd held their breath, waiting for Gu Fu's judgment. The matter was clear. Gu Jinsheng had indeed been deceptive in his trade. However, the young Gu master was also at fault for letting greed cloud his judgment. If Gu Fu chose to protect his brother outright, few could oppose him given his rank 4 cultivation. Even the leader of the Gu clan would tread carefully around him. After a long moment of contemplation, Gu Fu finally broke the silence. I've thought it over. The fault lies with my younger brother. To this young man who suffered losses, I offer my sincerest apologies. Gu Fu clasped his hands together and bowed slightly toward the young Gu master. The crowd erupted in murmurs of surprise. The young GU master, visibly shaken by the unexpected gesture, quickly protested. GU Fu, sir, you're a rank 4 GU master, while I'm merely a rank 2. This is too much. GU Fu waved a hand dismissively, his tone gentle. Rank has no bearing here. I believe in addressing the matter, not the person. My brother made a mistake, and I apologize on behalf of the GU family. To compensate for your loss of 250 primal stones, I will personally double the amount as restitution. True to his word, GU Fu instructed his attendants to hand over 5 pouches, each containing 100 pristine primal stones. The young GU master was left speechless, holding the pouches with trembling hands. However, GU Fu continued, I'd like to offer a word of advice. The black iron GU is exceptionally rare and valuable. Even as a rank 1 GU, its ability to enhance a GU master's strength is unparalleled. Such a GU is worth no less than 600 primal stones on the market. To think one could purchase it for only 250, well, that's wishful thinking. The young GU master lowered his head, his voice full of respect. I will remember your words. GU Fu, sir, thank you for your wisdom. The crowd erupted into applause, praising GU Fu's wisdom and fairness. GU Fu truly lives up to his reputation. A true leader, noble and just. GU Fu smiled humbly, clasping his hands in all directions. Our GU family has always upheld the values of integrity and fairness in business. My younger brother, though mischievous and prone to causing trouble, has a good heart. I hope everyone can be understanding and forgiving. The cheers grew even louder. But GU Jinsheng, his face pale with anger, stormed out of the tent without a word. A calculated move. Watching from the shadows, Fang Yuan's lips curled into a faint smile. It seems the time is ripe to sell the shadow wall left behind by the wine insect wanderer. The shadow wall, created using a rare GU capable of preserving both sound and image, contained recordings of embarrassing moments from 4 generations of GUU clan leaders. It was a priceless relic for rival clans, such as the Bai family and the Shang family, who had long been eager to acquire it. However, Fang Yuan knew he couldn't personally deliver the shadow wall to these rival clans. His cultivation level was far too low, and carrying such a valuable item would only invite disaster. Even if he succeeded in making the sale, news of the transaction could leak back to the GUU clan, resulting in his expulsion, or worse. The safest course of action was to sell the shadow wall to an external merchant within the trading caravan. These merchants had no ties to the local power struggles on Qing Mao Mountain, making them ideal intermediaries. The caravan was set to depart in a day, heading first to the Shang family's territory and then to the Bai family's. Selling to them would minimize Fang Yuan's risks and ensure a secure transaction. An unlikely collaboration. Later that night, GU Jinsheng sat in a wine tent, drowning his frustrations in cup after cup of wine. His loud, slurred voice echoed through the bustling tent, but few paid him any mind. Hidden among the crowd, Fang Yuan approached quietly, sitting beside the drunken GU Jinsheng. He whispered, "Do you want to get back at your brother? I can help." GU Jinsheng froze, turning slowly to see Fang Yuan's face. He scowled, recognizing him. "It's you, the lucky brat who unsealed a thundering mantis at my gambling den. Are you here to mock me?" Ignoring the insult, Fang Yuan spoke coldly. "I have a significant business proposition. If you want to prove yourself and secure a larger share of the family inheritance, listen carefully." GU Jinsheng's expression shifted to one of curiosity mixed with suspicion. "How do you know about the family inheritance dispute?" Fang Yuan smirked. "The affairs of the GU family are no secret to those who pay attention. Do you want to hear my offer? Or should I take it to your brother instead?" GU Jinsheng hesitated but eventually leaned in. "Fine, speak." Fang Yuan leaned closer, his voice low. "I have an item. One that could shake the power dynamics on Qing Mao Mountain. For 2.000 primal stones. It's yours." 2.000 stones? That's outrageous. GU Jinsheng protested. "High risk, high reward." Fang Yuan replied coolly. "If you sell this to the Bai family, you'll earn double that amount. Jiyu Jinsheng's eyes gleamed with greed as he weighed the offer. Despite his reservations, he finally nodded. Fine, show me the goods. Follow me, Fang Yuan said, his lips curling into a predatory smile. The trap had been set, and Jiyu Jinsheng had walked straight into it following his memory. Fang Yuan led Jiyu Jinsheng into a narrow crevice within the cliffside. The path grew darker and tighter as they ventured deeper into the fissure. With visibility quickly diminishing, the oppressive darkness made Jiyu Jinsheng uneasy, and his suspicion mounted as they went further into unfamiliar territory. Finally, unable to suppress his doubts, Jiyu Jinsheng broke the silence. I have a question. Jiyu Fu, with his reputation for integrity and trustworthiness, is well known for his fair and honest dealings. Meanwhile, I am branded as a swindler, a bully in trade. Why did you choose me for this transaction instead of him? Fang Yuan's voice echoed coldly within the rocky confines of the crevice. Because his cultivation is too high. If he saw the shadow wall, he could choose to trade with me, or choose to hand it over to the Jiyu clan leader. I don't like giving control to others. Besides, I have no faith in so-called honor or trustworthiness. Those are nothing more than illusions. The concept of reputation? It's just nonsense, merely a tool to manipulate small minds. The real reason, Fang Yuan thought to himself, was Jiyu Jinsheng's unique position. His weak cultivation made him much easier to manipulate and control. However, Fang Yuan naturally kept this to himself. Jiyu Jinsheng laughed awkwardly, his suspicions somewhat dispelled. Well said, that last part struck a chord with me. The two finally reached the hidden cavern within the cliff. The shadow wall's revelation. As soon as they entered, Jiyu Jinsheng's eyes lit up. Before him was the shadow wall, a stone surface upon which images continuously replayed, depicting the wine insect wanderer's contentious entanglements with 4 generations of Jiyu clan leaders. Haha, I knew it, I was right to trust you, Jiyu Jinsheng exclaimed, laughing as he turned back to Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan, standing behind him, smiled faintly but said nothing. After watching the wall for a while, Jiyu Jinsheng smirked. It seems your so-called great ancestors weren't all that impressive after all. Fang Yuan shrugged indifferently. Every clan needs a hero. When the Jiyu clan needed one, they elevated those 4 to that status. But if the Bai family needed a scapegoat tomorrow, those same 4 would be labeled as villains. Hero or scoundrel, it's all just a matter of perspective. Well said, Jiyu Jinsheng clapped and laughed heartily while glancing around the cavern. His gaze settled briefly on the skeletal remains of the wine insect wanderer, and his expression turned thoughtful. What a pity, a rank 5 Jiyu master. Reduced to this, I'd bet you gained more than just the shadow wall from his remains. Didn't you? Fang Yuan shook his head. Most of his Jiyu worms have perished over time. The only one I recovered was the wine insect. Jiyu Jinsheng looked skeptical. Come on, little brother, don't lie to me. If we're going to work together, we're partners in crime now. Tell me honestly, what else did you gain? Fang Yuan smirked coldly but didn't bother responding. Jiyu Jinsheng continued, his curiosity piqued. Well, I heard a legend about the wine insect wanderer. He supposedly owned a 10-mile wolf boat, a rank 5 transportation Jiyu. Enormous and capable of tunneling through the earth. It was his ultimate escape tool, allowing him to elude capture by orthodox Jiyu masters countless times. Surely it must be here. Fang Yuan raised an eyebrow. Intrigued, this was the first he'd heard of such a Jiyu. Jiyu Jinsheng leaned in closer, speaking with excitement. Think about it, this cavern couldn't have formed naturally. It must have been created by the 10-mile wolf boat. There's no other explanation. A cavern this smooth and deep couldn't possibly occur naturally in the dense soil of Qing Mao Mountain. Fang Yuan frowned deeply, his unease growing. This new information, coupled with the mysterious cavern, unsettled him. Something felt off, like an unseen hand pulling the strings behind the scenes. Both men were so absorbed in their own thoughts that they failed to notice the shadow wall suddenly flicker. The wine insect wanderer's last testament. The images on the shadow wall abruptly shifted, replaced by the gaunt figure of a bald Jiyu master. His pale, bloodless face and grievous wounds were unmistakable. He leaned weakly against the stone wall, his voice rasping as he spoke. I am the wine insect wanderer. He began with a sinister grin, his expression both feral and deranged. To whoever finds this, regardless of who you are, the fact that you've activated this shadow wall for so long means one thing. You harbor ill will toward the Guu clan. Good, you are my chosen successor. My inheritance is yours, but only on one condition. Destroy the Guu clan. Leave no one alive, not even the dogs or chickens. Gu Jinsheng stood frozen, his face pale with shock. A rank 5 Gu master's inheritance. His mind raced as he struggled to process what he had just witnessed. The significance of such a legacy was monumental. A rank 5 Gu master, this is the stuff of legends. With this power, I could change everything. A treacherous turn. However, as Gu Jinsheng's thoughts spiraled with ambition, he suddenly remembered Fang Yuan. He couldn't allow someone else to share in this opportunity. The only solution was to eliminate him. Gu Jinsheng quickly composed himself, a fake smile spreading across his face. He turned toward Fang Yuan and opened his mouth to speak. But before he could say a word, two crescent-shaped blades of azure light flew toward him with terrifying speed. His pupils contracted to pinpoints, and he barely had time to gasp before the blades struck his neck. In an instant, his head was severed cleanly from his body, and blood gushed like a fountain. Gu Jinsheng's lifeless body collapsed to the ground with a dull thud, his warm blood soaking the cavern floor. Why waste so much energy scheming when you can simply kill? Fang Yuan muttered coldly, his gaze lingering briefly on the corpse before shifting back to the shadow wall. I didn't expect such an interesting twist, he mused, his eyes glinting with intrigue. The game has just begun. The shadow wall's legacy. With Gu Jinsheng dead, Fang Yuan now stood alone in the cavern, staring at the shadow wall. The inheritance of the wine insect wanderer lay before him, a trove of power and knowledge waiting to be claimed. But Fang Yuan knew better than to let greed cloud his judgment. Power came with a price, and in a world where strength dictated survival, he would have to tread carefully. His lips curled into a cold smile as he turned to leave the cavern. The wheels of his next scheme were already turning.